Good afternoon. My name is Vineet. I am Gurtej's brother-in-law, right? Uh, Though he was really my younger brother, and we've had some great time together. He didn't want this to be an elaborate process. He wanted this to be quiet and not too many eulogies. Uh, but I think it's considering what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 months and the last few weeks. Uh, I think the family believes that though he left India many, many years back, he lived a very large size life and he has created lots of micro families, right? And with his long career at Twilight, I mean, I didn't even know how to pronounce that name, right? And but we learned over time because he actually gave us 30 years to learn that, right? So I would like to thank the family of Pralike, right, for really looking after him, right, and the relationships that he developed with you all. Right? We know so many names of the people that are sitting here. Sorry, but I don't know the faces, right? So thank you for being here, right? Last 3 months, his mother and his sister have been here, right, relentlessly looking after him. And when he would come to India, I always thought he was a lonely soul, okay? I thought he never partied. He didn't have too many friends. And uh, I'm not going to tell you what I've learned in the last few days, right? Uh, but I'm glad that I spent the last week here meeting his other family, which is the friends and the social, right? And I can tell you that I go back richer with so many beautiful people that I've met in the last few days. Okay, so thank you for all the friends who've been there. Uh, we would not have survived the last days without the help of a lot of you here, right? Uh, Even finding what the process is going to be tonight. Please try and understand. This is alien to me. It's the first time I'm standing here, and I'm standing here because we still have 10 minutes to go. I'm not standing here because this was a part of the process today. Okay, I'm standing here so that we give enough. We've given time 4 to 5, so people need to come in, and I don't want that they come in when the viewing's already over, right? So please excuse me for that. Uh, then the other family, I would say, is his micro medical team family. Oh my God. What people, what facilities, what treatment, right? We are absolutely devastated with the outcome, what happened, right? But I said it and my wife didn't like it, but if ever I have to go, I would want to go this way, okay? He got time to say bye to everyone. He got time to get his stuff in order. And he went with a smile and a Diet Coke in his hand, okay? And we were waiting, and he would just open his eyes and says, Diet Coke, you know? So after half hour or 20 minutes, and we are thinking that, I hope he's not in pain, and he would say, can I have some Diet Coke? So it was just great memories from that point of view, right? Needless to say, it's a sad day. Needless to say, it's a sad end to a great life, right? But I think what he lived and what we learned in the last few days of his life, I think I'm very, very much richer than when I was before. Came here 1 week back, right? So I would just like to thank everyone here, right, from the family side. And as I said earlier, I think everybody here is family. It's just how we're defining that particular family, right? So just thank you, right? And if anybody else might want to say something, please, you're welcome. Thank you.
Can I say a few words? Please. So, this is on behalf of Gurtej's other family that he never may have told you because we did things that could not be really spoken about. I've known Gurtej for many years. Complex person, many sides to him. I speak on behalf of my buddies. Gurtej was part of a group called the National Kings. He was loved so differently from the other friends just because Gurtej was complex and was just so different. You know, we all, I think one of the ways you know that you're really liked is when people want to be your friend. When people aspire to be your friend, when we all want to be liked by you. And I think all of us tried that. Gurtej had his quirks and his eccentricities, but we loved him for that. I've never had a friend like that, and I don't think I ever will, and I don't want to have another friend like him. So he is irreplaceable. We are so blessed that we got to meet Gurtej's, I at least for the first time, met Gurtej's family from India. I have never met a nicer, gentler, kinder group of people. And I'm so glad that Gurtej had you in his life and you had him. So thank you for being the family to our friend, to our beloved friend, our irreplaceable friend. It's a hole that will never be filled. I don't know anybody who can dress like that, who can carry off clothes like that. His impeccable sense of style, his extremely late appearance at any event. But you know, there would be the eyes at the door. When is Sodi going to show up? And what is he going to be wearing? And he would surprise us. He would outdo himself every time. There would be bracelets and various things glinting at his wrist. He would smell good. Never saw him dressed shabbily, unshaven, slovenly. He would show up with this whoosh, you know, people would gather around him. So I'm telling his family that he was the life of the party. He is the life of the party. There is no party without Gurtej. You know, you get a message saying he's not going to show up, and it's like, got a stomach upset, or he's in one of his moods or whatever else, doesn't want to show up. But you know, it's like, he's not going to show up. But then when he would show up, he would usually show up because he was throwing a tantrum. And he wanted us to, you know, beg him and be there. And then when he would show up, then the expensive scotch would come out. And it doesn't matter what you were drinking. You could be sipping your white wine or doing whatever. It would always degenerate into scotch. And it would never be good, not for the people like me who could handle it. You know, I'm very grateful to him. Every time I drink scotch, I think of him because he put me onto it. It's a very bad habit, but he's done it. There's no turning back. So I know I make light of all these things. We miss him so much, But I just want everybody to know that if Gurtej was here, he would tell you, it's okay. This is a transition. It's from one to the other, to the other, to the other. It's a butterfly that sips from one flower, moves on to the next and the next. And it would be foolish to cry about something that is so natural, that nature is built from. So cheers, Gurtej, and we'll love you forever. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi folks, my name is Jeff. I'm part of the other family, Jeff Fargo. I worked for him for 20 years. And I'm not as composed as other people who spoke, so please forgive me. I never pronounced his name right. I always tried, and he was always forgiving. And my favorite thing about Gurtej, we had so many, you don't get to pick everyone you work with unless you're the boss, and he picked some good people to work with, and we really had a great time. I left in 2019, but I never stopped being friends, and it was nice. When I left, we got to really be friends, because you gotta kind of keep a distance when you're the boss. That being said, we went through so many trials and tribulations. Everybody from the Krylake family knows how we roll. My favorite thing about Gurtej was he didn't take himself so seriously, except when it comes to things like dressing well and drinking well. And he was able to laugh at himself, so that made us able to laugh at ourselves. And when we had a crisis and everything was on fire, he could cool the room down. He could keep it composed. I was born in Tennessee and live in Mississippi, and he was born in India. And the fact that we had so many things in common, when we had such different accents, and we had such different backgrounds, I'm looking forward to seeing some of my old colleagues I haven't seen in years, and we're not gonna have the expensive drinks, but we're gonna be talking about Gurtej, and we're gonna be telling lots of stories. He enriched my life in so many ways. My family is gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him. I miss him every day. Thank y'all for all being here.
Thank you.
Big crowd, couldn't see the back of the room. I'm Harold Cry. Gurtej worked with Krylake for 29 years. When he first got started, we didn't really know a whole lot about technology, and technology was just beginning. One of Gurtej's greatest strengths, and those of you that know him know all about this, was that he was a great negotiator. And it started from day one. When I interviewed him, we were all in Memphis at the time, and he had a green card, and we agreed on a salary, and again, he was a great negotiator. So he came back and he said, I really have to make more money than that, because the green card is for high employment and unique skills, and no more money than you're paying me is not high employment and unique skills, so I've got to make more money. I said, I thought we already agreed on the salary. But negotiation was his skill, and we raised the salary before he ever got started so he could qualify for the green card. And that was just beginning. One of the things that we think that Gurtej did a terrific job for the company was that he was always a person that was ahead of his time on a lot of the technology that was coming into real estate. He could study it and figure out how it could be used within our company. But then he would go and negotiate so that we got the best pricing for all of those technology skills. And again, in the beginning, we were only in Memphis, and not a whole lot of technology existed. We weren't too far from IBM Selectric typewriters at that point in time, 29 years ago. So he guided the company through all of that transition, a lot of transition from where it was then to where it is now, which is a huge difference. And we're going to miss him because we miss that skill set that he had, and he was extremely well known within the real estate industry all across the country. Every real estate company in America basically knew who Gurtej was, and a lot of times when they had questions, they would call him to get his advice on different things. He went with us, and my wife and I and the people in the relocation department have been with him probably 24 conferences and dinners, and sat with him in many of these things and had many conversations with him. Armani was extremely proud of you. He wasn't so sure about that rap singing, but other than that, he was extremely proud of you. So we wish you well, and if you need any fatherly advice, there's lots of folks that would be happy to fill in for Gurtej and give you that fatherly advice. But he was a great leader for the company, and we will miss him, miss his expertise, and he would be very pleased that all of you came. He'd be pleased that his IT department came and all dressed up, and I said, never seen those guys in coat and ties, but they look pretty dapper. So I know he'd be pleased with that also. So again, Armand and Gurtej would be extremely proud of you, and Donna, thank you also. Thank you.
Siete tappetinho? Rádio Puxa, né?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ Hi everyone, I think the funeral is done. I'm going to hang up now. My apologies for the delay. YouTube wasn't cooperating with me, so I had to create another link. So my apologies for that. But I'm going to end this now. I'm not quite sure if you can hear it. This is the first time I'm doing it. Thank you for attending, especially for those folks in India. I know it's pretty late there. Thank you, bye.